So we're back on Arabia here. This is Battle of Africa 2 Arabia instead of the classic current DE Arabia script. It's simply a better, more balanced map, to put it that way. You don't risk usually don't risk your berries being on the hill. Woodlands might still be and stuff, but yeah, it should just be overall more balanced, I hope. And yeah, thanks to one of the tournament participants for the suggestion to use this one for a 3v3 competitive setting. So we're at the absolute top bracket here. 8 players, group stage brackets, what I ended up with. And this is Denmark A versus Deceptive Cadence. Without further ado, let's just dive into the team names and compositions here. We have Good Luck in the pocket, playing as Magyars here for Arabia. So what Magyars are lacking is a Dark Age eco bonus, so they kind of fall short of Franks and Lithuanians and I don't know, other Dark Age eco boost civilizations in that regard. But they have that power spike of +1 attack and or rather forging melee attack upgrades kicking in immediately upon reaching the next age, which is still a very good power spike, and cheaper scouts in the once you reach the field age. So they have some things going for them, and if you push the ostrich, the eco difference will be negligible to still be able to make a quick scouts opening. I'd say 18 or 19 pop scouts is rough for the Sims without an eco bonus to pull off effectively though. But see the deer being pushed here, getting in the rhino as well, very clinical placement of the hunt and using the TC trick and everything here. To maximize that food income efficiency here. So that's my girls, fully upgraded paladins, very solid cavalry archers, should that apply as well. To the right hand side we have Emil with the Khmer, and that's not your most commonly seen flank civilization. Khmer of course can do some crazy all-in shenanigans, and I think that's exactly what Emil is up to here, because it's only with 2 on wood. This might be a ridiculous 16 pop or something archers build here, or a very fast archers flank build here from Emil. And why is that? I mean, you need, as the Khmer, you don't need the prerequisite buildings to place your military buildings and whatnot, or eco buildings for that matter. So as the Khmer, you can just place the range without having built the barracks first, so you don't necessarily need that many wood to begin with. Maybe on the top we'll see right through this. Oh, that trap though, almost trapping the scout there. This is high level play right here. That's quite a bit of wood going down into these gates as well, with an unsuccessful trap, but still putting up a show here, Emil. And top left we have Kongen here in the teal playing as the more conventional flank civ Ethiopians. So what this kind of tells me is that it will be more of a 2 vs 1 coordination here, or 2 vs 2 for that matter, on the left hand side with good lucks, pocket scouts and Ethiopians archers, while Emil will do this ridiculous 18 pop archers build. You'll notice send 11 builders to wood now and 2 builders forward to drop that archery range right on quite close to enemy base, and just start harassing any economy before the Malay even click up here. It's very all in from Emil here, but it might work out if you're able to deny the gold, and Emil already has at least one of the golds scouted here. So upon reaching the village after dropping the range, he might even power this gold to deny gold access from purple. But purple smells what's going on here and goes for the faraway gold first. Uh-oh, rip scout. Emil, not like this. I saved it. Saved it barely, but that's a short-lived joy for Emil. It does cause quite a bit of idle eco time on the top, if anything. And here they go. Forward archery range. Straight for the range, all in for Emil here on the front side. Top north side, we have the barracks going up for Kongen here. A few later all the way at 21 pop. 21 pop straight archers by the looks of it. And speaking of the civilizations here, Burgundians pocket for orange, Malay flank as we've seen, and Mayans for luck. Mayans Ethiopians very classic matchup on that side, but Burgundy's pocket should, even though they have an amazing economy, they should struggle against Magyars long term. 2 ranges forward for Emil with the 18 pop build with Khmer here. Only producing out one of them though, and also won't be able to drop a blacksmith just yet. 7 on gold, 9 on wood, and still somehow able to produce villagers here, Emil. Very, very strong forward all-in build here, but 2 ranges for the Malay as well. Remember, Malay, they go through the ages 66% faster, and this... Okay, he just scouted this gold, so never mind. I was going to say that Emil doesn't know the location of the second gold, but he does indeed. And that should be his first target to cripple Archer's production of Anatov here. I love the name Deceptive Cadence, by the way. It's a musical term. It's not going to go into musicians' discussions here, but it's a way of leading the music into a chord that leads you to believe the music isn't quite finished yet, as opposed to the perfect cadence, which leads you into a chord that tells you that, oh, this is leading towards a conclusion. Very simplified explanation there. As Emil is forward with the archers, and Kongen has a bit of production going here as well, and it looks like the scouts will be joining in on the Malay side here. Getting a snipe on the goal, that's such a good pick off here. Good distractions here from the very fast and arguably all-in build of Emil here. With the straight Khmer archers. Looks like fletching is in, so heavy investment on wood and gold pays off here, but it comes at a cost as well. Look at the idleness time, but that's comparable to the Malay here. And Anatov even lost villagers here, so Denmark A going for the quick kill here. Burgundian scouts chiming in here as Anatov is forced to take straggler trees here, but that's the very last one going down here, so oh, great damage from Denmark A with 6 villagers sniped thus far and establishing a tiny but significant eco lead here over the opponents. And I'm surprised to see that the... oh, never mind, Burgundians with heavy plow in already, getting the eco upgrades. So that's certainly going to have benefit the farm economy at home for the orange pocket here, while Denmark IA will be forced to play an extended fuel age here. They seem happy with the damage done on the Malay here, but that's the 6 villagers killed. That's the 6 villagers that kind of translates into the time saved for Malay going into the fuel and castle ages, because they advance 66% faster. One-on-one fight on the top side here with Kongen seems to be taking the better trades here with the scout still alive to hop in between here. Is aiming for villagers as well, and now Burgundian's pocket about to take a beating here. Burgundian's economy allowing for more scouts though, or more scouts at home at the very least, and more or less full HP as well, I'd say. But very good team coordination from Denmark A here, I'd say. Scouts and archers staying fairly close together. Emil, no, good luck, I mean, is keeping track of the movement here, so he knows the location of the Burgundian scouts at all times. While Emil takes a choke point here to further deny the woodland and force a new lumber camp of the Burgundians to the north side here. Third range forward for Emil. This is full feudal with the cover, full all-in archers feudal with the cover. This is actually very... entertaining to watch this kind of early aggression here. It's almost like the AOE for archers rushes. Good luck comes back, snipes the gold on the Malay, and Deceptive Cadence, they've had enough. They tap out and call GG. I mean, there might be some ELO discrepancy between the teams here, but I don't think it's that significant. It's just very, very aggressive play from Denmark A here, and it most certainly pays off. Well done. 9-1 KD for good luck here. That's some solid stuff from the Magyar scouts there. The economy best for the Ethiopians, untouched economy at home, of course, as was the case for the whole of Denmark A, which is why they have or should have a significant builders lead in the end as well. Yeah, 12 builders. So idle time here, especially for Emil, going for army over builders here, but also killing builders from the Malay and causing as much idle time as he had himself. So definitely worthwhile trades there. Well, I guess we're going to the home map of Deceptive Cadence next then. There's let's have a look here at replays. Second game is on Arena. Exclamation mark map, exclamation mark draft to see what they're up to here. And I see polls for Arena here, which is already a bit fascinating. Alright, so I'll switch up the color for yellow here again to make it easier to distinguish the players. Arena it is, so I have nothing to talk about for the first 15-20 minutes of in-game time, but we'll at least start out by introducing the civilizations here. Let's start with Denmark A again. We have Kongen with the almighty humans pocket here. Can be a fantastic civilization for Arena if their feudal age boom gets going unpunished. Humans is the only civilizations that can the only one out of 39 civilizations that can place a second town center in the feudal age. So you'll be able to kickstart your boom and gain a sizable builder lead before the other players can get to the castle age and place their additional town centers. And as the humans recently received a buff to their production buildings, military production buildings as well, the humans can place archery ranges and stables at a 100 wood discount. So with the humans double TC investment giving you a very strong economy into an admittedly later castle age, you'll be able to drop probably 3, 4, 5 stables and keep them consistently producing to easily outmass basically any civ. Maybe not the Poles, if the Poles can get the castle up and get 3,000 centers, or maybe the other way around, 3,000 centers first and then a castle to get to their unique technology, giving them 60% gold discount on the knights, then Poles could keep up. But then again, in the castle age, Cubans would have Campbells to deal with that. Cubans don't get heavy Campbell though. But we'll see what it becomes here. I'm kind of assuming the conventional second TC approach here. Top side, we have good luck with the Celts. Also leads me to thinking that good luck wants to push with siege here on the red player's side, and then have some support from Cumans knights from the pocket to snipe any enemy counter units to the siege. But Celts have an amazing boom as well in the very late game. Fast infantry, faster halberdiers, faster moving, and ridiculously tanky siege rams, among other things. They have access to siege on as well. Generally streamlined towards siege, which can come in handy in the late game arena. And finally we have Emil here with the Turks. One common and predictable play for the Turks on Arena is the fast Imperial Age, which Turks will do to benefit from their getting chemistry instantly in the Imperial Age. So you could, if you do, you could get I think you can get below 20 minutes Imperial Age with Turks, fast build orders, and then start producing hand cannoneers and bombard cannons, usually requiring the chemistry upgrade, which takes a long time to research. But as Turks get that instantly, they can use that to their advantage to push quickly through the enemy's stone walls and kill production buildings with the bombard cannons, or even defensive castles. So Deceptive Cadence need to be on the lookout for that. As for Deceptive Cadence, we have Pole's Pocket. Not not the most commonly seen one, but it's certainly allowed, and I'm sure they have some plan with the Pole's pick here. You'll see that the first few rounds go around the Folwark here. That's because Once the farms around the foremark completes, it's going to give Seeking Cat here a food boost, instant food boost. That's the only civilization you'd be farming around Mill rather than around the DC first, because it's actually giving a bonus very quick. It still spends the food from the farm, but you get a trickle of 15 or 20 food or some such right away after completing the farm. Poles also gain gold through mining stone. 50% of the stone mine also gives gold instantly, so that gives a very long-term source of gold. Then again, poles, they are missing the last armor upgrade for the cavalry, so long-term Imperial Age for poles isn't necessarily that good, aside from the massive amount of cavaliers you can produce. But I think humans, to some extent, can match up with that, and humans get Paladin and all the armor upgrades, and 5% faster movement rate, so poles will fall short of humans here for sure in the Imperial Age. Deceptive Cadence, I need to win this in the Castle Age. To the right hand side for Deceptive Cadence here, we have Locky with the Sicilians. That smells like a castle drop to me. Oh, we deleted a bit too many of the walls, that could backfire. But placed house foundations here to keep the opponents from sneaking in, of course. Feudal Age in for the humans at 20 pop. Second town center will be going on the wood and gold here. That seems a bit risky, right next to the wall like that. Very exposed, but yeah. Placement still decent to touch both gold and wood here. Yeah, Sicilians could go for castle drop. Their cavalier in the Imperial Age is very much viable these days as well. So we have the Poles going up to the feudal age here at 23 population, and looks like there's still going to be decent resources here for Orange to go up, but not really. No mining camp on the gold. Is there a reason for that? Wood savings maybe, but this is long distance mining. That can't be good either. Orange really needs to sell 100 stone here to get to the next stage, but I guess that isn't a disaster for the Poles, because they still get gold from mining stone, so they'll benefit from mining stone regardless. But the gold count here is not on point for yellow here to orange. Sorry, to get to the cast stage. I think he sold 100 wood, in fact, for 70 gold, not stone but wood. So salvage just that cast age timing after all. 25 pop cast age for orange here, and yeah, we'll see what that next stage brings. Finally, the Koreans for purple here. That usually means the war wagons. You'll see 6 on stone here, definitely indicating a castle drop, maybe even 2 castles. Double castle war wagons can be ridiculously strong on arena, because you're protected behind stone walls, so you can get your castles up and produce your units uninterrupted for a while anyway, until the opposing team breaks in. Turks up at 28 population here, so that doesn't necessarily mean a fast Imperial Age approach here. It isn't indeed, because here is the stable for Emil. Stable market, not blacksmith market, but stable market. And I'm going to claim some map control with cavalry here, maybe, to stop a potential castle drop from the Koreans, if that should be going down forward. Meanwhile, we have good luck going to the cast stage at 28 population here, and we'll be behind the Sicilians to that. It says 26 pop cast late for Locky here as well. Lock, however, has not gone to stone, so it's not going to be any castle drop just yet. Sicilians start with 300 stone, so you could instantly go into a triple TC boom with the Sicilians if you have the wood to sustain it. But looks like Lock here didn't mind gold at all, just sold stone to afford that castle age. 100 stone. Will at least be able to afford 1 town center here, while Poles instant triple town center boom here. 1 on stone, together stone and gold, and 1 on the wood line, because you need that castle for your cheaper cavalry anyway. Lock with the second TC on stone here, so maybe it's going to be a fairly quick castle drop after all. Secures the stone here, while Celts with the instant 4 town center boom here. Good luck going into boom mode. What are these TC placement? One on the gate here with the gold. You could pass through here with units, so if you have some ranged units here, crossbows, anything, you could... I mean, you'd be dangerously close to the TC, but you could definitely hit some exposed resources here. Third TC for the Sicilians as well, and they build it so quickly, 100% quicker, so... doesn't really hurt to be a bit later to the additional TCs if you're Sicilians. Double castle it is indeed for on the top here with the Koreans. And yeah, war wagons it is, no question about it. Which means that Emil eventually will benefit from a defensive castle here. Wait, what happened here? Was that an attempted petard breakthrough I missed? Where the hell is Emil going? Okay, let's have a look at Emil's resources here. It does. Did he place it? No way! No way! Oh, Denmark A must really hate Arena. It's sending Turks flank units for a castle drop on the Pommels pocket. And I love that castle placement. It denies the one and only stone. Do they see that? Actually, do they know the stone is there? They don't. This is the luckiest castle placement ever if it goes up, because it effectively denies poles completely of stone. But I mean, it's going to cause builder losses here. First few war wagons probably going to come out here to try and stop it. But yeah, Emil needs to bail on that one. That's not going to work. Yeah. I appreciate the efforts though, but that's wasted builders for Emil here. Not sure if Denmark even have an arena strat planned here, because that seemed very, if you'll excuse the expression foolish for a 2k plus level game, but maybe this is beyond me. Maybe this is well calculated, forcing some towers here off the poles after all. Maybe they're just decoy castles. You're never intending to complete them, you're just forcing towers. Yeah, but Orange pulls away here and doesn't build that defensive tower after all. What is this though? Is this just to buy time to boom for both Celts and Cubans here? Cubans on the way to the castle age, by the way, so Denmark A, they are keeping up with the villager count here. They are not in the lead, but they're also not significantly behind. Oh, I love the unconventional plays of Denmark A here. Castle drops upon castle drops and just placing the foundations and deleting them again. War wagons here chasing Emil's villagers. Purple is on point here, kinda. Yeah, it's gonna get the villagers. That's like, how many villagers down for Emil? It's probably 6-7 villagers down for... I can't say nothing because it keeps the war wagons busy, but... 4,000 is now for the Turks, going to compensate for those 5 builders lost. But this castle on the Sicilian side also didn't do anything, so... I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Lots and lots of town centers for Denmark A here. They are really looking to gain an equal lead here. And they'll need that as well to deal with the war wagons long term. I guess Celts Halb Siege on here is one of the better responses you can make against the war wagons. I see a red flare here. Could be that Locke wants to drop a castle on the Celt side now. Missing 150 stone, and then the castle will be going up. But yeah, war wagons in abundance here now. They are just so stupidly strong. Try hard sib on Arena, and the Turks don't really have an answer to that, as far as I am aware, and having moved all around the map to try and place a castle, Emil won't have enough stone for a defensive castle. Emil is dead. Emil is dead unless humans paladins enter here in very short time. It's 3 minutes to go, but yeah, I guess Emil is the dying player here. He is. I think he bought stone for the castle or panic mine some, but yeah, that's not gonna work. The war wagons, they have full control here. They see the castle going up. Emil is going to lose more villagers. Has lost 9 villagers so far. And I guess this is payback for the Arabia game where Emil was just ruthless with the Khmer fast feudal double range archers build. Steady flow of war wagons here. 31 villagers with 49 villagers with 31 war wagons here. Poles going in Imperial Age as well. So not just Castle Age here for the Poles. It's going to go into Obuch here. Is this meme time? Obuch Arbalest could be the combination. That's actually quite strong as well. Or Obuch in front of the war wagons to strip the enemy units of arbor so the war wagons can just shred with their numbers. Emil really wants this castle up, but I don't think it's going to go up. He's going to sacrifice all of his economy here. Look at the villagers going down here. Emil, 24, 22. And even if this castle goes up, the war wagons, they have very decent pierce armor, to say the least, so... I mean, it's better in the Imperial Age, obviously, but damage well done. 48 villagers. All of Emil's economy going down. There is dying to freaking 9 villagers. Maybe it's been the plan to have Emil dying all along, but Turks certainly aren't going to contribute anytime soon here, as Anatov has 48 villagers killed, which is almost the same villager count as they have on their own here. More TCs going up now, though, so that number is going to increase. Celts in Imperial Age here, castle going up, siege workshops going up. I'm assuming you will be forced to go into Onager and siege Onager here as well for the Celts. Because of the war wagons masses. But now, having basically killed Emil here, just look at the villager difference. And the military difference for that matter. It's just, yeah, it's just too greedy for Denmark A here. Only 5 knights for Kongen to defend against 34 war wagons. That's just not gonna happen. I see the monasteries up here. You'll need more monasteries though to justify monks' conversions to deal with that. And humans monks aren't anything special either. This just is 100% Deceptive Cadence's map and win, and I'd be very surprised if the outcome is different here, given the total obliteration of Emil's economy here, trying to force up that castle. Buying time, admittedly, for his teammates to get the Imperial Age, but you still have to deal with 36 war wagons and a Korean player that is going to be joined in by Obuch here from the Poles to strip those knights potentially of armor or just break buildings. Elite Obuch, in fact. Only Obuch. And enter the Celt Siege as well. Now they're going for the kill on humans here. Rendering any cavalry approach essentially inviable here unless you're going for... Celts Paladins, yeah. Income Celts Paladins. GD is called. And... Denmark A lose this one. Deceptive Cadence takes a win, and the score goes to 1-1. I'm predicting here that the most created unit is Obuch, and Onager the most. No army whatsoever made this team for Denmark A. 4 Onagers, that's the most military created according to the stats. I'm not sure if that's completely accurate here. But yeah, not very comforting. I think Denmark went into this game with a plan, maybe, but if they did, it's a fail, or maybe they just didn't care playing arena at all and want to move on to their home map. That's the castle. That's the spam clicking the castle to get it up in the base here. 180 APM to force that castle up and task villagers around. That's funny. So, decided game again, third game between Deceptive Cadence and Denmark A. And looks like we're left with Serengeti. The map similar-ish to Arabia again, so should play out somewhat similarly. So let's just dive into that one. I'm gonna need a moment to open my window, but I'll be right back. So 1-1 is the score, and now we're going to decide the outcome here. Deceptive Cadence with Frank's pocket here, so they did save the try-hard pocket sieve for the decider game here. Seems a solid choice. A very strong cavalry. Maybe they didn't have faith in Arabia and wanted to save Franks for Serengeti, where scout rushes admittedly are even stronger. And so that's it for them. Serengeti is a bit different to Arabia in the resource department. You have 5 zebras, 3 ostrich, berries, and 1 elephant, and your standard 8 sheep, so there's lots of food. Especially benefiting Mongols, as you see here from Locke. Another try-hard sib for Serengeti here. Good drafting and sib picking for this map. Mongols, 40% faster hunt, is that it? And which means they collect the elephant and the scattered hunt across the map. Oh, horrible placement for pushing the hunt here. But you could mill all of it if you're lucky here. Maybe you actually go for the mill here rather than on the berries because everything is here instead of pushing them in. But yeah, we'll see how it progresses. With this kind of food income for the Mongols, fast food income, you could pull off, for example, 18, 19 population straight archers, which could be very deadly. It's similar to what Emil did with Khmer in the first game. I'm finally topside, another solid civilization on any, well, at least any open land map and hybrid map as well, I guess, is the Chinese. Chinese start with 3 extra builders, so on top here will have some extra idle time because you start with 0 food and 50 less wood. So Chinese get a ridiculous eco boost with 3 builders you don't need to train. But you need to be careful to collect enough food and force drop it so that you can keep your TC producing and keep that idle time at the minimum. And 26, that's absolutely respectable here. It's essentially 2 builders lead for Anantov once the opponents go into Loom if this stays throughout the Feudal Age research. Kongen walling up already here with the Tatars. Could actually be a cheeky attempt of a fast castle. Who knows what build here? Cab archers maybe for Tatars. Lots of hills on Serengeti to camp out on and play into the cab archers' strengths. Tatars also get plus 50% extra food of sheep or goats or the herdables. Cows as well. So that's one of their Darkish Eco bonuses. Means that you'll be going into farms later than a lot of other civilizations, and again save up food for maybe another archer range or an earlier blacksmith or these kinds of things. So, but the Tatars flank here scouts into archers, into crossbow, into cavalry archers, I think might be the play here if you're playing it conventionally as the Tatars here for the teal player. In a pocket spot, we have good luck here with the Teutons, about to go up here for a 19 pop fuel H, which you can do with pushing in hunt like this and boosting your food score in that way. Teuton scouts going up here, and we also have Mongols on the way up, so I'm not sure what luck wants to go for here, but it's been 2 on gold, so I'm assuming it's the straight archers taking straggler trees here instead of dropping another lumber camp right away. Let's see, the wood count here should definitely justify ranged blacksmith. I would need the barracks as well, but that goes up just in time here to complete before the next stage, so no problem. No idle time here for on top, of course, but still keeping roughly 1 3/4 of a builder's lead here. Everyone going up pretty early here, but that's the side effect of having such abundant food access. Denmark A, they are walling off early. They are expecting the scouts here. This is a scouts map, Serengeti. It's hard to wall because there could be gaps in your woodlines, but they've noted these as well. These are high-level players, so they know how to double check these small gaps that could, and this is probably going to be an opening once this tree is dropped, but yeah, you know, it's harder to wall than Arabia because of the scattered woodlines. And finally we have Vietnamese for Emil here, which again reveals the opponent's 1000 location, so that frees up some time for your starting scout to not necessarily go scout the enemy side right away. We see that Emil has lost a scouts fight here, and that fantastic mining camp there. Two golds on one mining camp with only one tile gap. That's just a dream mining camp right there. That's map hacks right there for Emil. That's going to boost his wood count in a sense, because he doesn't need to place another mining camp for a long time and could still have very efficient gold access. Lock here with straight archers, 2 ranges. So not range blacksmith actually, but double ranges to double up on the numbers. While Kongen is probably going to go for ranges as well. Walling in towards the TC here has just one little gap and the backside here. And this, I think, is... yeah, that's fine. Spearman defense for the Chinese, just in case. Expecting the scouts from the Teutons, of course, with that uptime. And let's track the movement of Good Luck's scouts here. That we'll be seeing, I guess we'll be seeing a bit of a 2 versus 1 on the Chinese here, which is very strong. Blank civilizations, as said, Chinese, they get the discounts on the upgrades as well. The I think any upgrades, eco upgrades, and army upgrades and whatnot. Chinese get a discount, and it gets even cheaper as you move through the ages. So, and of course, there's always a hole. Here I've been praising the high-level players for looking out for the woodlines and looking out for holes, but of course there's an opening in the woodline, and Good Luck gets the first kill. Has 6 scouts to 5 from the Franks here, but then again, Franks have 20% extra hit points. Spearman defense here also chases Good Luck away, and they won't be comfortably engaging against more villagers here. 1 builder, still good value. 3 villagers lead for Denmark. Moving on. So on the south side, there's a bit of a 2 versus 1 situation as well, with orange and red ganging up here. I mean, yes, great mining camp here with both golds in one spot, but horrible gold spot otherwise if it gets denied, because then you'll be off both your golds and you have nowhere near to get gold access. Otherwise, I can't even think these 2 are the closest one outside. Wait, there's one outside of the base, yeah, but that doesn't help if this one is denied. So all 3 golds. Emil will definitely want a castle here later on, long term, to secure all these 3 gold mines. Scouts and archers now on the top side here. Spear defense doesn't quite apply anymore when you have Tatar's archers out here. Archers numbers very similar here. In fact, Deceptive Cadence, they are in the numbers lead here. Well, they're not going to break through quite yet, but maybe they can. They're definitely causing idle eco time here on the Franks, as Orange is going for 7 builders of gold, no less, and maybe preparing for a quicker castle age here after the scouts investment. Let's see if Denmark can break through here. If they do, that's going to be disaster for the Frank's pocket. So quite a bit of scouts here. 8 scouts from both players. So Franks still with the hit points lead, but defense it's in for... Wait, defense is in for the Franks. So never mind. It's a better, easily a better fight for the Franks here, and I think they managed to focus down Kongen's archers as well, unless Kongen just pulled away and didn't want to fight at all here, which could be the case as well. Ooh, tower on the wood line. Well, what about the gold? I guess that's well enough within the walls to be safe from feudal age aggression, but this is it's so easy to deny, or easy. It's so... Gold spots are just plain bad for disregarding the very efficient mining camp here, because it's so easily denied. All these 3 golds can be denied with crossbows in the castle age, no problem, outside of the walls here. Which will lead to Emil struggling for production. Oh, thanks. Green Scouts got in, but there are only 2 of them, so that's going to be a mere annoyance here, and they're going to be focused down very soon. Or maybe they were weakened and did get some kills here, because Orange has lost 4 villagers, so never mind. I missed that action. I was looking at the golds in the south side here, and the army numbers overall. So Castlage is in for the Teutons, well ahead of the Franks here, having to defend the 2 vs 1 for a bit here. And the Teutons farms eco should be healthier as well, because Teutons, they have such cheap farms. Second town center going up immediately here, so going to go ahead and get a head start to the boom over the Franks as well. Double stables are up and pumping out knights of the both of them. No attack upgrade for Orange here, otherwise you could kind of... Wait, they're Teutons Knights, never mind, but had they been generic Knights, you might actually want to consider trying to take a fight against Knights, because the Scouts at this point are arguably expendable. Good luck not panicking here though, it's just going to house wall behind this and keep the Scouts out, not taking any risks here, as the Castlage is in for Kongen as well. Crossbow is in, crossbow Bodkin on the way for Chinese as well here, and larger numbers for the Chinese, but remember that Tatars get Thumbring instantly in the Castlage, so so they'll be firing faster, at least against still standing targets. And crossbow Bodkin in earlier as well for Kongen here. This is why Anatov is backing, partly why Anatov is backing away actually. Anatov has the numbers, but Kongen has the upgrades in his favor. And they're both getting ballistics as well, so no significant advantage in the accuracy. In fact, it's going to be a new advantage for Kongen again here, because Kongen will have Thumbring and ballistics, and Anatov will only have... That's actually getting Thumbring. That's good recognition there, to get Thumbring to match the Tatars here. In equal numbers, this should be a better fight. Or, I mean, looking at the armor numbers, this should be a better fight for purple, because of slightly higher army mass. So it's going to come down to micro management instead. Alright, let's look at Emil's side here for a bit. Crossbow not in just yet. He's Vietnamese. There's extra hit points on the archers. There's 28 soon to be crossbows. Crossbow Bodkin is in. Thumbring on the way in as well. And now chasing away Locke's numbers here. Locke not succeeding in doing much else than idle the gold, but that also means that Emil will struggle for consistent production of crossbows here soon, because he needs to get back to the gold. Maybe he'll be able to get it back on track in time, but Yeah, he really needs to secure these golds somehow. Teutons with +2 armor, that's a tough fight for even the Franks cavalry here, because it's simply more. +1 melee armor for Teutons in the Castle Age. So the Teuton Knights have 2+3, while the Franks Knights have 2+2 here. And the light cav, I'm not sure how light cav applies here, but they will maybe allow the knights here to get better hits in. But however you look at it, this is a better trade for good luck. Scores very even. They're trading back and forth here, and very few villagers lost in this game, all things considered. Looks like Orange got raided again here, so taking some losses here, but overall situation more military for Deceptive Cadence. Fewer villagers since they've lost more and maybe have had a tiny bit more idle time, but Wheelbarrow is also in for 2 of the players, so that accounts for some builders difference as well. We'll taking the hill bonus with the Vietnamese here. And cleaning up some numbers here now. Denmark, they are getting back in the military lead here, and they already have the economy, so this is about to snowball out of control for Deceptive Cadence here. Look, keeps the army forward here. I mean, I guess they're tracking the army movement. Tatars have archers now on the field, so no longer crossbows exclusively for Kogan here, but switching into the mighty Tatars cav archers. They have a unique technology applying to the armor and silk armor for the cav archers, and hussars for that matter, when that comes into play. And that mobility is just golden on a map like this. You could raid the woodlands, could raid the golds, and be really annoying to any exposed resources. Hit the stone or the Franks, maybe hit the gold. Looks like Orange has a good boom going here though, but it's 63 to 80 villagers, so good luck definitely ahead here from pocket position. And also more knights on the field from the Denmark's pocket. Looks like 2 ranges cavalry archer production, maybe it's more. 1, 2 cav archers, double range cav archers, and 3 TC boom for teal. Player 6 lost all army before Impno. Yeah, that was the fight on the hill down there. That was not pretty. Frank's Knights are actually getting a decent hit in here, and the Chinese crossbows as well, so they're going to diminish the Tatar Scav Archers from reaching crucial mass for now. South side we have army cleanup again here, Mongols crossbows going down still, crossbow investment from Locke here, and triple ranges presumably, as Emil goes in for a raid. So Denmark does a great job at tracking armies here and picking the good fights. Military difference not that huge, but if you look at the villagers again here, it's 50 villagers lead for Denmark A now. They simply have a better macro going on behind this, and sets them up better for the very late game here. Chinese in Imperial Age getting chemistry now, but only 15 military to benefit from that, and no production whatsoever from Deceptive Cadence currently. pocket cavalry numbers. 5 stable producing for good luck here, and currently no production whatsoever from the Franks. 4 town centers to 3 though, so that could allow Franks to catch up here, but you'll note that Imperial Age is on the way for the Teutons as well. Nice little cleanup of some more pocket knights here as well. Deceptive Cadence are falling behind more and more in military here. And guess they're trying to catch up in numbers here. 2 defensive castles for Orange here to at least protect from most raids forward here. I guess good luck will just turn back seeing those castles. Might still get some builder kills though. And Imperial Age just 1 minute 20 seconds away for good luck here. Yeah, that's actually going to hurt the knights quite a bit, passing through the base here and the castles, but still a consistent production at home for our green player here, who is actually subject to arbalest raids right now and will be forced to take a fight before Cavaliers here. Might have enough knights to, well, it's 15 arbs to 18 knights. They're going to go down quickly here, and a couple of Franks knights to help heal bonus as a very important and good engagement from Anatov here to at least take out some knights numbers to before Cavalier can kick in here. I see the defensive siege workshop, so we might see some scorpions or mangonels or something here as a desperate attempt to deal with this, but I think Denmark A will take those army losses regardless with 31 knights currently on the field. Take chariot, hello. Arbalesters on Kongen's base as well, and the castle, defensive castle. That's going to cost Kongen quite a bit. Lots of builders going down here. Spreading out archers left and right here. It's... I mean, still, yeah, the builder difference is diminishing, and the army difference is negligible here, but it's still ahead for Denmark. They have had better production, and the pocket situation might be an issue here with quite a few cavalry archers here from Kongen to try to get raids in, but the clever castle placement here of King Cat makes raids almost impossible here. So if the eco allows, King Cat will be able to mass up knights again, but look at the food and gold count here. It needs some time to stabilize here, and going into 3 defensive castles is obviously taking a drain on your economy as well. Bracer is on the way in for Kongen for the cavalry archers here, and playing cavalry archers as they should be, of course, with the mobility and raiding potential they have on a map like this. Teuton's Cavaliers now failing to be able to raid the pocket, will be hitting the Mongols here instead, and still only crossbows and cast late for Locke here, so Locke is falling behind the opposing team here with Emil about to hit Imperial Age here in 1 minute as well. So we have the Franks pocket in the Imperial Age, but yeah, 28 of food, 36 of gold. If the Franks eco can stabilize here, we could still have a force of pocket army to be reckoned with here. But the clock is ticking, of course. Denmark A are going to do their very best to keep, sorry about the color change here, misclick, keep Locke from getting to the Imperial Age and the more powerful armies that involves. Good engagement with the crossbow bats is under easy fire here though, but as you can see, good luck is doing such a good job at replacing the cavalier numbers here whenever losing them through the raids. And the KD is called Denmark A take the 2-1 in this first group stage match from the 2K plus section. Archers into crossbows into cavalry archers for Kongen here. That mobility of cav archers was just gold worthy. Maybe that was something, would have been something for the Mongols to consider as well, to play the same kind of mobility. But it's just very good teamwork overall from Denmark A to judge when I'm ready to take the fights and take out a crucial mass of Chinese crossbows here before they can become arbalesters in Imp, and good counter raids from Deceptive Cadence as well. Arbalists seem to be everywhere from on the top here after that earlier Imperial Age. Let's have a look at the stats. That is a very late double with Axel lock, but that could also be a side effect of going for a very early straight archers build, even two ranges for lock here. Prioritizing wood for army mass over the actual upgrades could have been taking quite a drain on the economy, but it did get them both before Castle Age and caught up a bit there, but never quite making it to the Imperial Age is obviously a concern for the Mongols here. KD actually highest and best for on the top here, and good luck just straight behind. So very similar situations throughout the game here. No distinct winner until it snowballs out of control and Denmark A get both the villagers and army lead. Yeah, great booms from both pockets as well, but Franks being forced into defensive castles to keep raids out, and as a result, the flanks get raided instead, and yeah, the army mass just falls apart as a result of it. So let's have a look at the APM chart before calling it for today.